So here's the deal. It looks like last week's video blog that I threw together all by myself did pretty good. Over 60,000 hits in a week, which I think is pretty neat. Obviously, it was a pretty heated discussion about some, bad people as well as, some good people. Jason Somerville coming out. So this week, I guess I'm going to touch on the fact that I just came back from Brazil and wanted to say that I really appreciated the hospitality. I owns a restaurant there called the Maha Mantra, vegetarian cuisine, and it was fabulous. And thanks again for hooking me up. Brazil went pretty good for me. I obviously made the final table. I really screwed up the final hand with Queen 10 on a 10-9-3 board. What do you know? I made a bad call. Ha! I still got it in me. The guy had aces, and I was a shortest stack. And on paper, it looks like it's a fine call, but I know better. And it was in a weird spot. I knew the guy was not bluffing, but I knew he was also nervous. So I knew he didn't have a set, but I also just didn't know if he thought he had the best hand. I was a little confused, and I literally just talked myself into it. I thought for about 2.5, 3 minutes. 2 minutes of that, I was convinced I was folding, and then just went, "Bleh, dumb idiot." Talked myself into it. Brahma beer, 2 thumbs up. Liked it. I got a little clip too from Carnival. I went to Carnival, which was awesome. Got invited. A unique experience, and I shot a little clip of that. So here, I don't know. I'll just show you. We're at Sao Paulo, Brazil. Carnival. This freaky thing being pushed by a whole bunch of people from behind. There's this. Yeah, this is a trip. There's about 60,000 people here, all going nuts. I guess it's like schools compete against other schools for some big $2 million prize. I'm wearing one of these too. A bunch of the Poker Stars team. Whole deal. Hey, there's Akari. Come say hello. All right. Yeah. So explain what exactly is going on in English.
So this is the Carnival parade in São Paulo. There is 6 summer schools here competing each other, and we're gonna also make a lot of parties here.
And you used to do this when you were younger?
That's I don't know, I did 13 times already.
So you're just giving away the fact that you're old. Nice. See, it was a lot of fun. I don't know why I was shooting butts. I'm not exactly like a butt guy, but I had a friend who's apparently a butt guy, Brazilian butt guy, so I was sending him pictures, and I thought I'd share the ones that I got with you. Yeah, a little odd, a little bizarre thrown in there, but, that's just me in a nutshell. Also wanted to touch on some things that I said last week, obviously regarding the full tilt situation. Let's just take a look here at a clip of some of the highlights of what I said. Have you not seen it? You are scumbags. Nothing to say? Are you freaking serious? And it's shameful, disgusting, and you deserve a smack in the face for what you've done. Man, I went off pretty good there, didn't I? So since my video blog, Doyle Brunson, who I do respect, decided to take to his blog and make a few comments about his view of the full tilt situation. Now, it's clear to me that obviously he's had some ties in the past, and I think a lot of the reason he wrote what he wrote was because of a personal friendship. And for the purpose of full disclosure, I should say that I don't consider, or never really did consider, Howard Lederer or Chris Ferguson a friend. I never really liked Ray Bitar, didn't really knew him, but Howard is, from a personality perspective, I always found him to be a condescending, arrogant douchebag. And Chris Ferguson, in the past, in 2 separate dealings, caught him flat out lying, like for no good reason. One on videotape, on audio tape, and the other just, he claimed that he was going to stop doing something that he had absolutely no intention of stopping, and he certainly did not. But the one important point I want to bring up is that, similar to what Barry Greenstein did when Russ Hamilton was caught as the culprit, he went to defend him, and I felt like that was a mistake on Barry's part to do that. In this case, Doyle said that, Howard looked him in the eye and said, he didn't know anything about before Black Friday. But that's not the question that we need to be asking, okay? Because again, that's something that we can't know for sure. What we can know for sure, and is pretty factual, and this is the question, Doyle, that I'd like you to ask Howard, is post Black Friday, after the news hit that the company was insolvent, and they were creating deposit bonuses and promotions for players across the world, knowing full well that it was a money pit. That right there is something that he was well aware of. Whether a deal was imminent or not, that's not the way you handle a situation like that. What they should have done was shut down, worked on a deal, and taken a deal that was available to them. And at the time, it seems as though, based on what's been discussed, that they were shopping around. And I don't think in the situation that they're in, they really had the they were in a position to do that. There had to be that moment when they knew there's no money there and people are still depositing, where you had to sit around, look at each other and say, are we going to do the right thing, the morally correct thing, tell the people the truth, be honest, or are we going to try to salvage this thing, keep it together without letting everyone know that their money's not safe? That was the moment you could have chose the high ground or the ground that you chose. Also, as for why Howard Lederer, Chris Ferguson, Ray Bitar were singled out as the big three was, well, it's clearly those were the only three that were indicted by the DOJ, and those were the three that were on the board. There was another member on the board who, did say something in a blog, and that's Ray First. Doyle, you also mentioned that anything you say can and will be held against you. So the real easy answer to that is, if you're innocent, just tell the truth. Nothing about the truth can be held against you. If you just tell the truth about what you know, or make some sort of public statement that is PR and lawyer approved, you've got no issues. Rafe did, and Rafe was on the board. So I don't see why these three had to be so quiet and literally say nothing for as long as they have. There's absolutely no excuse for that in my book. Lastly, you mentioned, something from a biblical perspective about, he who has no guilt, cast the first stone. All right, I'll throw it. I'll throw that stone, because nothing sticks to me, son. I never did nothing. I got no shadiness in my past in terms of screwing people over for money or anything like that. So I feel very comfortable throwing that stone and not worrying about it being thrown back in my face, because I'm pretty open about anything that I've been involved with in the past, whether good or bad. So there's no worries for me on that front. So anyway, not really looking to turn this weekly rant into a full tilt bashing every week. I'm here at the Commerce, looking forward to playing. I think I'm going to play the $5,000 prelim as well as the $10,000 main event, and I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I'm really playing well. I'm in a good position, mentally. I feel good and feel better to get things off my chest like that. So with that, I'm going to leave you with some photos from the Carnival, with a little bit of a music track that I put together. I did this all by myself. I'm so happy. I'm so impressed with myself. And it's probably really bad, but whatever. I'm having fun. That's what the whole point of this is. So, enjoy. Till next week. What's up? Why are you so angry?